Hi, today I wanted to review the R4 card. You've seen it advertised everywhere on TikTok and in some YouTube videos right here. Can I get it? Yeah. Um, in the commercials that you see online, they promise you that you'll be able to play a certain amount of they're preloaded with a certain amount of Nintendo Switch games and things of that nature. But it's all a lie. I bought it. More so, I just wanted to see was it true. There's a lot of things that they don't tell you. For one, as you can see, if you can see the card, it doesn't come with preloaded games. You have to already have an SD card or go out and purchase an SD card if you don't have one in order for it to actually work. Now, I have a bunch of SD cards just laying around. But unfortunately, the other thing they don't tell you is that when you actually get it, a lot of the SD cards that I had, I didn't realize that one of my tech buddies that came to the house, I was like, hey, this thing's not working. So he came to the house and he actually tested almost all of my SD cards. And I think a lot of them were like 35 megabytes per second or 40 megabytes per second. Some of them were even slower than that. But the, the megabytes per second that you need for it to actually work, and even then when it does work, it only works for a while, is at least 100 megabytes per second. So you need an SD card that can read at least 100 megabytes per second, read and write 100 megabytes per second. So that's the other thing that they don't tell you. Two, once you finally do get it, decide to get it, once you do finally do get it working, it actually it'll work for a while, and then as you cycle through games, it'll um stop. Like it'll actually pop up on your Nintendo Switch screen. I mean, Nintendo Switch screen that it can't read the card anymore. And I've emailed the company back and forth. I've already actually just asked for a refund already twice because they'll email me back. I mean, they will email me back. I'll say they take their time doing it, but again, it is a different time zone. But they will email you back and try to help try to resolve it. But at the end of the day, I just come to the conclusion that it's just a product that doesn't work. It doesn't work as advertised. The advertised on the website is plug and play, and even on the website, when you see the card, it shows you like a card. It shows you the R4 card with an SD card, and you ready to play games. That's not the case at all. You actually have to once you purchase the R4 card. It comes from China. It takes like a little over a week. They'll send you a website where you can download all the Switch games and play, but you have to put them on a SD card, a micro SD card. And on top of that, there's about I'll say about 2+ terabytes worth of games. So you actually can't even put all the games on one SD card because they said they recommend that you don't go above a 256 gigabyte SD card, and they don't and they say that minimally you can use like 64 gigabytes. So at that point, 2 terabytes, I need multiple SD cards to even download all the games. Like I said before, if you're somebody online and you've seen this R4 card for the Switch, don't get it. It is a scam. Um, you know, Oftentimes I'll do this type of stuff because I don't. If I lose the money, so what? I did pay a little over 100 for this card. Um, I feel like oftentimes when people see things online, they think, oh, this is a good deal. But oftentimes what you're seeing is that you're not seeing what people are doing behind. It's kind of like magic. It's kind of like so a guy pops this card in real quick on a TikTok video. All of a sudden he's playing games. What you don't know is what if he already has downloaded those games on his console that he bought off the Nintendo Switch store. You don't know that. When he pops the card, you think, he playing games. Nah, he playing games that he already bought on his Switch. It's a advertisement, a scheme, And I mean, I'm sure they've made a lot of money off of people thinking, yeah, I'm just gonna pay this one-time fee and have access to games. And it's not just myself. Even before I bought the card, I read quite a few Reddit posts where people were saying, it doesn't work. I bought it, it doesn't work. Um, and I also read a couple of Reddit posts where people were saying, well, it actually bricked my console. Now I will say that what I did was I didn't I didn't use it on my main console. I actually just went on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. Essentially, I just bought the tablet of the Switch, and I created a account and put it on there, and I didn't go online. I didn't go on Nintendo, and I didn't go on Wi-Fi, because once you put this R4 card in your console and you manage to pull up one game, once you go back online on Nintendo .com or whatever, once you go back online, they at that point can brick your console, because whatever residue from that SD card, or whatever games was on here is now on your console. So I mean, I'm sure if you just factory reset it, that might do it. But I even heard that that doesn't work. So I'm not sure. I just think that once you put this stuff in your console, it leaves some type of I don't want to say digital trail, but it leaves some type of trail on your actual console. So I think, if you want to get it and try it for yourself, you're gonna pay. I've seen as low as $70. So you're gonna pay $70 for the card that doesn't work, and then you're gonna have to actually go out and find an actual tablet, Switch console, and create an account and try it on that. And then once you actually do that, you then can't never go online with it again. Because if you do, they'll brick your console. And again, I've read many Reddit posts of people saying like, "Oh, my console was bricked." I actually watched a video on YouTube Short where a guy was saying how he actually used it on his Switch 2 the first day he got it, and his Switch 2 was bricked. So do so at your own risk. If you're gonna do something like this, I think you should be aware of the consequences if Nintendo finds out, and what they can do to your console. If you're somebody that can't afford to have two Nintendo Switches, too, then I wouldn't do it. So just want to kind of you guys a heads up. I bought it. It does not work as advertised. It is not plug and play. You have to have your own micro SD card. It can only be 256 gigabytes, and then in addition to that, it has to be a certain write and read speed, or it won't work at all. Now, one of the issues that I was running into is that once you actually get the games on the micro SD card, and you put it in the R4 card and put it in the console, there's a button right here. I think you can see right here. There's a button right here that you press, and it cycles through the games. Now, the issue I was having was that the moment you put it in the Switch, it puts a file on the SD card. And in the email, the company was like, "Well, you have to delete that file to get the card to read again." Well, the problem is, every time you put it in the Switch, that file comes back on the Switch. So it's like you'll be deleting it every other game you play. You'll be deleting it. Now, if you're somebody that just wants to get one game at a time and play it one game at a time, it'll probably work wonderful for you. But then again, you got to worry about the fact that you can't go online with it, and you can't uh, ever again go on Nintendo .com, or on your console. Well, they'll brick it or ban you. So it's just these things that you got to kind of just be cognizant of. So thank you guys for watching my video. I really hope this helps somebody. I paid money and got scammed. I hope you don't make the same mistake that I did. So till next time.